Restoration period begins with the burst of the theatre activity and the writing of new plays. Theatres had been closed under the Puritan regime under Oliver Cromwell, and in 1660, through the reigning of Charles II, theatres came into being. Newspapers became popular, and that led to the rise of essays. So it was a very fertile and vibrant artistic era, Restoration period. Corruption was very rampant in all walks of life, and we can find the satirisms against corruptions in the works. There were also rise of two political parties, Whigs and Tories, Tories who support the king and Whigs who were against the king. Then King Charles II's brother James II ascended the throne in 1685, and he tried to increase or establish Catholicism, and people rose against him. The nation rose against him. The rise of the neoclassicism also led to the importance of reason, and there were rules and literary conventions that became very important during that time for the writers. The writers also expressed superficial manners on customs of the aristocratic and urban society. They did not pry into the mysteries of the human mind and heart. They just wrote about the superficial matters, about the artificiality of the aristocratic society. The writers of the age followed formalism of style. They also aimed at achieving directness and simplicity of expression. What do you mean by formalism? Formalistic way of writing means the critics give more importance only to the literary work and the quality of the literary work rather than the biography of the writers. Characteristics of Restoration poetry. The Restoration period was also known as Age of Dryden. There was also moderation and the economical use of words. Realism and preciseness was another characteristic feature of Restoration poetry. Corruption was very much prevalent in the society, and that has been satirically dealt with. Reason is given more importance. It was an age of satire, and by funny and ridiculous way, the satirisms were made through the poetry. Mock epics like Dryden's Mac Flecknoe gave in detail how these satirisms of such kind of characters are done in a very funny way, and also observations about contemporary culture, religion and social issues were also being made. Restoration poets include John Dryden, Abraham Cowley, Samuel Butler, John Milton, John Wilmot, etc.